crazy to think about, right? Violent crimes among teenagers have jumped, like, what, almost 30% in the last 5 years.
It's a scary statistic.
It really is. It's especially for, well, people our age, people who remember when things are a lot different.
Yeah, different times for sure.
Back when our biggest worry was making it home before curfew.
Right.
And now it seems like social media is adding a whole new level of danger.
It's definitely playing a role.
So we're going to take a deep dive into some recent true crime cases.
Yeah, some really disturbing cases.
Cases that show just how dark things have gotten.
And some of these cases, they're actually updates to stories we've covered before.
Stories that honestly have kind of stuck with us.
Cases that left us wondering, what happened next.
Exactly.
So where do we want to start?
Let's start with the Preston Lord case.
Oh, man. That one was just heartbreaking.
It really was. Just to recap for everyone, Preston was 16 years old.
Yeah, just kid.
And he was at a house party in Arizona.
Right, and he was attacked by this group of teenagers.
They called themselves the Gilbert Goons.
Yeah, tough guys, right.
And Preston, he didn't make it.
Tragic.
So there have been some big updates since we last talked about the case.
Yes, 7 arrests have been made.
7. Wow.
And Preston's parents, they filed a wrongful death lawsuit.
And that's where things get really interesting.
Yeah, the lawsuit, it's not just targeting the teenagers who were involved in the attack.
No, it goes further than that.
They're also suing the homeowner who hosted the party.
And even the parents of one of the attackers.
His name was Talon Renner.
It's a bold move for sure.
It is. The lawsuit, it alleges that Talon's parents, they knew about his violent tendencies.
Really?
Yeah, apparently there were past incidents.
Like what?
Well, including a threat to shoot up his school.
Oh, wow.
But the lawsuit claims they didn't do anything about it.
So they're being held accountable for not stepping in.
That's what the lawsuit is aiming for.
And it's not just Talon's parents.
Right. The homeowners are also being sued.
Why?
Because they allegedly provided alcohol to minors.
At the party.
Yes, and they didn't do enough to ensure the safety of the kids who were there.
So this case, it's really about adult responsibility.
It is, and it's asking the question, can parents and other adults be held legally liable when they fail to intervene?
When a minor's behavior is putting others in danger?
Exactly.
It's a tough question.
It is, but it's one we need to talk about.
Because if these allegations are true, then this is a tragic example of how inaction, how turning a blind eye can have devastating consequences.
You said it.
It's a wake-up call.
Yeah, we need to be having honest conversations about how to address dangerous behavior.
Especially among young people.
Especially.
Okay, so moving on to another case that has sparked a lot of debate.
This one is tough.
The Arizona hot car death.
Yeah, heartbreaking.
This case involves Christopher Schultes.
Who left his daughter in a hot car
For over 3 hours.
while he was playing video games?
His daughter, Parker, she was only 2 years old.
It's a scenario that plays out way too often, sadly.
It is, but this case, it has a particularly complex element.
Parker's mother, Erica.
She's an anesthesiologist,
And she actually worked at the hospital where Parker was brought.
so she tried to revive her own daughter.
It's almost impossible to imagine what she went through.
I can't even fathom it.
And there's another layer to this story.
What's that?
After Christopher was arrested, text messages came to light.
Between him and Erica.
Yeah, and they revealed that this wasn't the first time he had left their children alone in a car.
Oh,
It
wow.
wasn't just a one-time tragic oversight.
There's a pattern.
Yeah, a pattern of negligence.
I mean, we actually have an audio clip of Erica pleading with the judge
Pleading for what?
to release Christopher from jail so he could attend their daughter's funeral.
Oh, man, that's a tough one.
It is. But it really shows the complicated emotions involved in this case.
Grief, anger, maybe even guilt.
It's a lot to unpack.
It is. Let's listen to the clip. It's a difficult thing to listen to.
It really is.
Just raw emotion,
Yeah, you can feel the weight of everything she's going through.
Absolutely, and it kind of throws another wrench in the whole thing.
In what way?
It raises all these ethical and legal questions.
Like what?
I mean, should Erica be judged for supporting her husband after what happened?
That's a tough one.
It is.
Is there even room for forgiveness in a case like this?
It's hard to say, There's no easy answer.
I guess that's for the courts to decide.
Yeah, but it's something we all have to think about.
It makes you wonder about personal responsibility, too,
Right. Where do you draw the line?
between an accident and criminal negligence.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's move on to a case that really highlights the dark side of social media.
The TikTok shooting.
Yeah, this one is especially disturbing.
It involves Lyrius Moran Brownlee. He was a pretty popular TikToker.
Right, and he shot his girlfriend, Zara.
In the face after an argument.
It's senseless.
And what makes it even more unsettling is, well, their TikTok account.
They had a couple's account, right?
Yeah, and they often posted videos where Lyrius was belittling Zara.
Like putting her down.
Yeah, and even throwing things at her.
It's chilling to watch those videos now, knowing what happened.
It's like you can see the warning signs, but they were hidden in plain sight.
It's a reminder that what we see online, it's not always the whole story.
It's often a carefully crafted image.
A facade.
Exactly.
So Zara, she ended up with life-threatening injuries.
And Lyrius was arrested.
His bond was set at $900,000.
A lot of people are asking if social media played a role in this.
Like if it masked the abuse or even glorified it.
It's a valid question
It's a question we need to be asking ourselves.
about the role of social media in our lives.
And about the potential for it to blur the lines between what's real and what's not.
We have to be more aware of what we're consuming online.
And we need to be more proactive in supporting people who might be experiencing abuse.
There are resources out there, hotlines, people who want to help.
Seeking help can be a lifesaver.
Absolutely.
Now, let's shift gears and talk about a case that's been in the news for years, a case that continues to captivate people.
The Madeleine McCann case.
This one is it's baffling.
It really is. To recap quickly, Madeleine was a little girl who disappeared from a resort in Portugal.
Back in 2007.
And despite years of investigation, the case remains unsolved.
But there have been some recent developments.
Some very interesting development.
Leaked emails.
From the prime suspect, Stephen Stearns.
He's been in jail.
And these emails, they contain some pretty incriminating statements.
Like what?
Well, in one email, Stephen's mother writes that someone whose name has been redacted was heavily involved in this.
Involved in what?
In Madeleine's disappearance.
And that's not all, right?
No, she also writes that the whole family is willing to stay quiet.
Which suggests a cover-up.
It does, and a lot of people are speculating that the person whose name was redacted...
Could be Madeleine's mother. And then there's the new evidence.
About the two cars.
2 cars.
One belonging to Stephen and another unidentified vehicle.
What about them?
They followed the same route to the location where Madeleine's body was found.
That's a huge coincidence.
Unless it wasn't a coincidence.
So this new evidence, it casts suspicion on Jen.
It does, and it raises even more questions about what really happened to Madeleine.
It's a mystery that might never be fully solved.
Maybe, maybe not, but it's clear that this case is far from over.
Let's move on to a case that, well, it's a tough one, but it also has a glimmer of hope.
The baby found on the highway.
This little guy, he was only 1 year old.
And he was found crawling along a highway in Louisiana.
Abandoned by his mother.
It's a miracle he survived.
He was covered in bug bites.
And he had probably been alone for 2 days during a hurricane.
It's heartbreaking.
It is, and tragically his 4-year-old brother didn't make it.
His body was found in a lake.
Near the Louisiana-Texas border.
So the mother, Aaliyah Jack, she was arrested.
And charged with murder, cruelty to a juvenile, and failure to report a missing child.
Her bond was set at $9.1 million.
That's a serious amount.
It shows how seriously the authorities are taking this case.
It's a reminder that even those who are supposed to protect children
Can fail them.
in the most horrific ways.
It's a tragedy on so many levels.
It is.
It really makes you think about the importance of support systems.
For families who are struggling.
Early intervention can make a world of difference.
Absolutely.
We need to make sure those resources are available.
And that parents know they're not alone.
Okay, so let's turn our attention to a case that sparked a lot of online debate.
The Arizona hot car death, right,
Yes, this is the one with Christopher Schultes.
who left his daughter, Parker, in a hot car while he played video games.
For hours.
And tragically, Parker didn't survive.
This case really hit a nerve with people.
I think it's because, well, it could happen to anyone, you know.
I mean, we've all been distracted. We've all made mistakes.
But this mistake, it had fatal consequences.
And it sparked a conversation about forgiveness.
After Christopher's wife, Erica, made that plea to the judge.
asking for his release.
so he could attend Parker's funeral.
It was a powerful moment.
People were divided.
Some people were outraged,
They felt like he should be punished to the fullest extent of the law.
while others were more sympathetic.
They understood the complexity of the situation.
The grief, the guilt, the overwhelming sense of loss.
It was a difficult case to process.
It really was.
And it made everyone think about those big questions.
Like, where do we draw the line between an accident and negligence?
Exactly.
It's a conversation that we need to keep having.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's dive into a case that really forces us to examine the dark side of online relationships.
The TikTok shooting.
This one is particularly disturbing because of the couple's social media presence.
They had a joint account, Larius and Zara.
And they posted videos that, well, that showed a volatile relationship.
A lot of people are questioning whether those videos were real or staged.
Like, was it a performance for their followers?
Or was it a genuine reflection of their relationship?
It's hard to know for sure.
But it raises important questions about the influence of social media.
And the pressure to present a certain image online,
The pressure to be perfect, to be happy, to be successful.
even if that's not the reality.
Exactly.
In this case, the consequences were tragic.
Zara was seriously injured, and Larius is facing serious charges.
It's a reminder that domestic violence is a very real issue.
And it can happen to anyone.
It's important to remember that there are resources available for people who are experiencing abuse.
Hotlines, shelters, support groups.
You don't have to go through it alone.
Now let's revisit a case that truly sent chills down our spines when we first covered it.
The case of Timothy Hall Jr.
He was arrested after a woman escaped from his home, claiming that he had held her captive and tortured her.
for a month.
It's a horrific story.
And unfortunately, there have been some very disturbing updates.
Hall is now facing charges for the murder of another woman, Janie Crossdale.
Her remains were found in a blue barrel in a river.
The details of this case are incredibly disturbing.
The woman who escaped, she claimed that Hall had bragged about killing 2 other women.
And he threatened to dispose of her body in the same way.
Police searched his home and found multiple blue barrels, ropes, chains, whips, handguns.
All in his basement.
It's like something out of a nightmare.
It really is.
This case raises so many questions about the psychology of a killer.
What drives a person to commit such horrific acts?
It's a mystery that may never be fully understood.
And investigating these types of crimes, it's a daunting task.
Serial killers often go to great lengths to conceal their crimes.
It takes a lot of resources, a lot of dedication, and sometimes a bit of luck to bring them to justice.
And even when they are caught, the trauma they've inflicted, it's lasting.
It affects the victims, their families, and the community as a whole.
So let's talk about a case that raises some important questions about accountability.
The Preston Lord case, right?
Yes, Preston was the 16-year-old who was killed at a house party.
Attacked by a group of teenagers who called themselves the Gilbert Goons.
And what makes this case unique is the lawsuit that Preston's parents filed.
They're not just suing the teenagers who attacked their son.
They're also suing the homeowner who hosted the party.
And the parents of one of the attackers?
It's a bold move.
It is, and it's raising questions about how far adult responsibility goes.
The lawsuit alleges that the parents of the attacker, they knew about his violent tendencies.
But they didn't do anything to stop him.
And the homeowner, they're being sued for providing alcohol to minors.
And for not ensuring the safety of the kids at the party.
It's a complex case.
With no easy answers.
But it's a case that forces us to think about the role that adults play in preventing teenage violence.
We all have a responsibility to keep our kids safe.
And to intervene when we see something that's not right.
Whether it's at a party, at school, or online.
This case is a reminder that inaction can have devastating consequences.
And that we all need to be more proactive in addressing potentially dangerous behaviors.
We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
We have a lot of heavy stuff.
And it's easy to feel, well, overwhelmed.
Yeah, I mean, these cases, they really make you think.
They do. So as we wrap things up, I guess I'm wondering what can we even do?
It's a big question, right? Like, how do we make sense of all this? How do we even start to make things better?
Yeah. Are there any takeaways? Anything we can learn from these cases?
Well, one thing that really stands out to me, it's the importance of early intervention.
Early intervention?
Yeah, like recognizing the warning signs before things escalate. You know?
Like with abuse.
Exactly. Or bullying, or even just families that are struggling.
So intervening before it's too late.
Exactly, because sometimes that can make all the difference.
And what about social media? I mean, it's played a role in a lot of these cases.
It has, and it's a double-edged sword, you know? Social media can be a great tool for connecting people, but it can also be dangerous.
Like how so?
Well, for one thing, it's easy to get caught up in the curated image that people present online.
The highlight reel.
Exactly, but that's not real life.
And it can be hard to separate fact from fiction, especially for young people.
Right, they're still learning how to navigate the online world.
So what can we do? How do we teach them to be more discerning?
I think it's all about communication, having open and honest conversations about the potential dangers of social media.
And about the importance of being critical thinkers.
Absolutely.
And then there's the issue of accountability,
Especially when it comes to young people making bad choices.
like in the Preston Lord case.
Yeah, where the parents are being sued for their son's actions.
So what's the answer? How much responsibility do adults have?
It's a tough question, and there's no easy answer, but I think it starts with creating a culture of accountability.
What does that look like?
It means setting clear boundaries, teaching young people about the consequences of their actions, and holding them responsible when they mess up.
But it also means providing support, right?
Of course, it's not about just punishing them. It's about helping them learn and grow from their mistakes.
So it's a balance.
Yeah, a balance between accountability and support.
It seems like another big takeaway from these cases is the importance of support systems,
For everyone, really, but especially for families who are struggling.
like access to mental health services.
Yeah, or addiction treatment, or even just having a network of people who care.
So building a community of support.
Exactly, because we all need help sometimes.
And it's okay to ask for it.
It is, and it can make a world of difference.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I think it's important to acknowledge the emotional weight of these cases
They're not just stories, they're real people's lives.
and the impact of these crimes. It's far-reaching.
It affects everyone involved.
But I also think it's important to remember that we're not powerless,
We can learn from these cases
and we can use that knowledge to make a positive difference.
to create a safer world for ourselves and for future generations.
So what's the one thing you want our listeners to take away from this?
I think it's this. Be informed, be engaged, and be compassionate.
Be informed, be engaged, and be compassionate.
Yeah. Pay attention to what's happening around you, educate yourself about the issues, and don't be afraid to get involved.
And reach out to those in need.
Absolutely, because sometimes even a small act of kindness can make a big impact.
That's a great message to end on.
Thanks.
This has been a really insightful deep dive, even though it's been tough at times.
I agree, but it's important to have these conversations.
So thank you for joining us. And we'll be back soon with more deep dives into the topics that matter.
Looking forward to it.
See you next time.